Greetings and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Coronation Spirits Week, Episode 6. Last night I asked what everyone was drinking as we do these little pieces, and I got quite a few different responses. Tonight I hope you're having a great pour, and you're having one along with me. Tonight we're going to be doing something a little outside my personal flavor profile. We're going to be looking at the Four Roses Single Barrel Bourbon. Not usually my type of drink, but we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. Four Roses has a very long distillery history. Originated in the late 1800s. By the end of World War II, it was a very popular bourbon around the world. It was actually purchased by Seagram's, who discontinued the sale of straight bourbon in the United States. So everything Four Roses produced was shipped overseas, usually to the Asian market. It wasn't until 1994, after it had been sold a number of times to various spirit conglomerates, such as Diageo, that they began to reproduce straight bourbon here in the States. Currently, Four Roses is owned by the Kirin Brewery of Japan. If you get a chance to go to Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, where Four Roses is located, they do have one of the most beautiful distilleries. It's done in a Spanish mission style, built in 1910. It's on the National Register of Historic Places. A very beautiful experience. Now, on to the bourbon. Four Roses actually uses two different mash bills, and get this, 5 different yeast strains. This creates a total of 10 different bourbon profiles for them to use. This particular bourbon, the Single Barrel Expression, is a mash bill of 60% corn, 35% rye, and 5% malted barley, and they're using yeast version B, which they describe as being fruity and creamy. This barrel pick is also 100 proof, so 50% alcohol. If you can tell tonight, this is a little lighter than even some of the others we've had. The nose is very light, very faint, but you pick up some hints of fruits. And I'm not talking about those dark fruits. I'm talking more lighter fruits, getting some floral pieces. And there's a little bit of an alcohol sting there as well. It's not off-putting at all. And my wife, Misty's going to make fun of me. Get a little bit of raisin here, too. There's a little hint of that darker fruit like a raisin in there, too. Okay, this is a very easy drinker. The rye is the first thing I get on this particular single barrel. That's not surprising, considering this is 35% rye. You're going to have a little bit of heat, but it's not overpowering at all. It's mostly all in the front part of the palate. And you get some floral right on the edges. Wonderful weather, right? Finish. The finish on this is short. More floral and some mint notes. Most of the burn I get is right here at the front of the tongue, and I don't know if that's the rye or the alcohol. I don't get that warm feeling in my throat and upper chest like a really good Kentucky hug normally gives from a really outstanding bourbon. Overall, this is a bourbon that I normally would not drink much of. This is not my flavor profile. I'm more into those darker creams, the caramels, the vanillas. I'm into the chocolates, those types of oaking flavors that you get real heavy. This just doesn't have that. It's not to say it's a bad bottle. In fact, this is a very popular bottle. Retails around 40 some odd bucks. It's not a bad deal. It's just not my personal preference. It's still a very good bottle on the thing, and I would say this would be really good for someone getting into single barrel expressions to give them something a little different. It's very easy to drink, and it's not going to be off-putting to a lot of people. So it's a solid B+, and a lot of people are going to love that expression, just not for me. Guys, here's to hoping everyone is safe and happy on this rainy Saturday evening. Peace and happy pours.